यशोदनन्दना व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुनतीरा वनचारी यमुनतीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी जय यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना नदीरा वनचारी नदीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव बिहारी जय विष्णुपाद ब्रह्मस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तरसुता श्रीमद एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की नमश्चर्य हृदय ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन धाम की मायापनुदीप धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की यमुना माई की तुलसी महारानी की श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन प्रोग्राम की श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी ललिता विशाखा की श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण की श्री श्री गौर निताई की श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Vidreshu Tyam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 1, Chapter 5, text number 31, right? येनैवाहं भगवतो वासुदेवस्य वेदसः मायानुभावम् अविदम् येन गच्छन्ति तत्पदम् येनैवाहं भगवतो वासुदेवस्य वेदसः मायानुभावम् अविदम् येन गच्छन्ति तत्पदम् येनैवाहं भगवतो वासुदेवस्य वेदसः मायानुभावम् अविदम् येन गच्छन्ति तत्पदम् Ready? Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Shri Prabhupada. इतना ही साउंड है, पीछे आवाज सुनाई पड़ रहा है हल्का जी? हरे कृष्ण, ठीक है। By that confidential knowledge, I could understand clearly the influence of energy of Lord Shri Krishna, the creator, maintainer and annihilator of everything. By knowing that, one can return to Him and personally meet Him. By devotional service or by the most confidential knowledge, one can understand very easily how the different energies of the Lord are working. One part of His energy is manifesting the material world, other part of His energy is manifesting the spiritual world, and His intermediate energy is manifesting the living entities who are serving either of the above mentioned energies. The living entities serving material energy are struggling hard for existence happiness, which is presented to them as illusion. But those in the spiritual energy are placed under the direct service of the Lord in eternal life, complete knowledge and perpetual bliss. The Lord desires, as He has directly said in the Bhagavad Gita, that all conditioned souls rotting in the kingdom of material energy come back to Him by giving up all engagements in the material world. This is the most confidential part of knowledge, but this can be understood only by the pure devotees, and only such devotees enter the kingdom of God to see Him personally and serve Him personally. The concrete example is Narada himself, who attained the stage of eternal knowledge and eternal bliss. And the ways and means are open to all, provided one agrees to follow in the footsteps of Sri Narada Muni. According to Shruti, the Supreme Lord has unlimited energies, and these are described under three principal headings as above mentioned. Next verse also we can speak. Etat samsuchitam brahmans tapatraya chikirshitam yadishvare bhagavati karma brahmani bhavitam. O Brahmana Vyasadeva, it is decided by the learned that the best remedial measure for removing all troubles and miseries is to dedicate one's activities to the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Sri Narad Muni personally experienced that the most feasible and practical way to open the path of salvation or get relief from the all miseries of life is to hear submissively the transcendental activities of the Lord from the right and bona fide sources. This is the only remedial process. The entire material existence is full of miseries. Foolish people have manufactured out of their tiny brains many remedial measures for removing the threefold miseries pertaining to the body and mind, pertaining to the natural disturbances, and in relation with other living beings. The whole world is struggling very hard to exist out of these miseries, but men do not know that without the sanction of the Lord, no plan or no remedial measure can actually bring about the desired peace and tranquility. The remedial measure to cure a patient by medical treatment is useless if it is not sanctioned by the Lord. To cross the river or the ocean by a suitable boat is no remedial measure if it is not sanctioned by the Lord. We should know for certain that the Lord is the ultimate sanctioning officer, and we must therefore dedicate our attempts to the mercy of the Lord for ultimate success or to get rid of the obstacles on the path of success. The Lord is all-pervading, all-powerful, omniscient and omnipresent. He is the ultimate sanctioning agent of all good or bad effects. We should therefore learn to dedicate our activities unto the mercy of the Lord and accept Him either as impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It does not matter what one is. One must dedicate everything in the service of the Lord. If one is a learned scholar, scientist, philosopher, poet, etc., then he should employ his learning to establish the supremacy of the Lord. Try to study the energy of the Lord in every sphere of life. Do not decry Him and try to become like Him or take His position simply by fragmental accumulation of knowledge. If one is an administrator, statesman, warrior, politician, etc., then one should try to establish the Lord's supremacy in statesmanship. Fight for the cause of the Lord as Sri Arjuna did. In the beginning, Sri Arjuna, the great fighter, declined to fight, but when he was convinced by the Lord that the fighting was necessary, Sri Arjuna changed his decision and fought for his cause similarly. Similarly, if one is a businessman, an industrialist, an agriculturalist, etc., then one should spend his hard-earned money for the cause of the Lord. Think always that the money which is accumulated is the wealth of the Lord. Wealth is considered to be the goddess of fortune, and the Lord is Narayana, or the husband of Lakshmi. Try to engage Lakshmi in the service of the Lord Narayana and be happy. That is the way to realize the Lord in every sphere of life. The best thing is, after all, to get relief from all material activities and engage oneself completely in hearing the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. But in the case of absence of such an opportunity, one should try to engage in the service of the Lord, everything for which one has specific attraction. And that is the way of peace and prosperity. The word samsuchitam in this stanza is also significant. One should not think for a moment that the realization of Narada was a childish imagination only. It is not like that. It is so realized by the expert and erudite scholars, and that is the real import of the word samsuchitam. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। देहं गुरो श्रीयुता वैष्णवांश्च व्यातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकुलभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, Yomam ajam anadim cha vetiloka maheshwaram asamudo samartyeshu sarvapapai pramuchate. She has to keep, you have to keep her silent. Huh? Who किसके साथ आए? बाहर लेके जाओ नहीं तो। Anybody who knows that Yomam evam asammudu janati नहीं Yomam ajam anadim cha vettiloka maheshwaram. Anybody who understand that Krishna is unborn. Ajam anadi means beginningless, and vettiloka maheshwaram, he is the owner of all planetary systems. What are they? Three things. Number one, he is unborn. Even the soul is unborn. The body is only born, right? But the soul is soul forgets. We all forget that I am unborn, and then we identify ourselves with this body. So that is why we suffer. So, but the soul and the super soul both are unborn, right? Anybody remembers what are the Panchasakha knowledge, 5 branches of knowledge, which all Vedas they teach, all Puranas, all. Anybody remembers? Last week I given formula. Five. What is the middle one? Prapti. Then number one? Who? Number two? Whom? Number 5 is, what is the लाभ? क्या लाभ है? हाँ? Yeah. What is the profit? Right? These are the 5 things. All the scriptures they teach. Right? So now whom? Bhagavan. The new knowledge. Now Krishna, Narad Muni is talking about who is Bhagavan. Right? So मैं क्या करूँ, ये कलबादेव लाया है एल्फिंस्टन रोड, ग्रैंड रोड का माल है नियर मॉडर्न इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के पास है आहूजा के लेके आएंगे. I think Ahuja is the best, right? Huh? 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 So, who is Krishna? Right? Who is Krishna? So, anybody Yomam ajam anadimcha vedtiloka maheshwaram asammudo samartyeshu sarva pape pramuchyate. In the 2 verses, in the next verse, Narad Muni talked about threefold miseries. You are the first time? Right? You also? So we all suffer in this material world because of threefold miseries. One is Adhyatmika Klesha, suffering due to the body and the mind. And then Adi Bhautik Klesha, suffering due to the other living entities. And Adi Daivika Klesha, suffering due to the natural disasters, Daivi, like that. So, everybody, all of us, suffer from these threefold miseries to varying degrees. Like even if it is very hot, those who have got AC, they are getting relief, right? But those who have to work in the factories and those who cannot afford ACs, they cannot sleep only, right? Nowadays, Bombay also has become very hot. Previously, there was no AC only required in Mumbai, but now all the pujaris are demanding, Prabhuji, we can't get sleep, provide an AC. Then as a stopgap arrangement, I arranged air cooler. So 5-6 air coolers I purchased for all the pujari department. Then, but they are saying only one person can get relief. Put AC, so if somebody, just imagine those people who are working, they are like in Mecca, Medina, they go, क्या बोलते हैं, Hajj. Around 1,500 people have died because of too much heat, and they are lying, all the dead bodies are lying. Too much heat, right? But various, those who can afford, they drive in AC cars, they can remain in AC all the time. किसका मोबाइल 1000 गीता आपको स्पॉन्सर करना पड़ेगा. हाँ, आपको अंग्रेजी समझ में आता है? Somebody translate for her. पीछे जाओ. हाँ, पीछे बैठ के आप कोई ट्रांसलेशन करो इन लोगों की. So the various people suffer from to various degrees this of threefold miseries as per their karma because of past sinful reactions. Krishna is giving a very easy remedy for becoming free from threefold miseries. What are they? If you accept Krishna as unborn, if you accept Krishna as beginningless, Anadi, and Krishna, if you accept Krishna as the owner of all three planetary systems, without any doubt, Asamuda, kept a condition, without any doubt, such a person will become free from all sinful reactions. Sanjay, what is your name? Karan. Did you understand? Number one, Krishna is unborn, beginningless. Yeah. In India, there are Vasudevasya Vedasa. It is the verse it is mentioned. In India, most of the people, they think that God is impersonal. Nirakarvadis. Do you know? Most of the Indians. They think that God is formless. Then we can also become God. Right? Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, why did you come to America? Prabhupada said, in order to inform all of you that God is alive and you can live with Him. Right? God is alive and then you can live with Him. So many people, they think like that. So Prabhupada gave this argument that if anybody understands three things, what are they? Krishna existed before this creation. Bolo. Krishna maintains this creation. Then Krishna annihilates this creation and continues to exist. Sanjay, if anybody understands these three things, they also will become free from all sinful reactions. Without any doubt. Right? So Prabhupada gave this example. In Chandogya Upanishad, it is mentioned that Sa Aikshata. Sa Aikshata means he glanced. He glanced. There is, before this material manifestation, there is something called Pradhana. Pradhana means, in Pradhana, three modes of nature, they don't exist. Sattvaguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. It is a uniform mass, it is like that. So, Prabhupada gives this example. The soul is minute, right? Hare Ram, what is the size of the soul?
Consciousness in the body.
The size of the soul.
1/10,000 part of the.
Yeah. Hare Ram, you don't know? 1/10,000th of 1/10,000th the tip of the hair. You take a piece of hair and then take a tip and then cut into 1,000 parts, and then again take that that part and then again cut that part. It is 1/10,000th of the tip of a hair. So we are minute, we are so minute. Actually, suppose I want to enjoy riding a Royal Enfield bike, right? But I cannot manufacture. But who manufactures Royal Enfield? Eicher Motors. Eicher Motors, if they manufacture that bike, I can purchase and enjoy it, right? In the same way, we cannot actually, the soul, the minute soul cannot enjoy this matter when it is in pradhana form. But Krishna in the form of time divides, and makes it possible to manipulate the matter so that we can enjoy. समझ में आया श्री राम अय्यर? You understood? You understood? We cannot actually manufacture a Royal Enfield bike, but Eicher Motors, if they manufacture and give, we can. In the same way, in the beginning, the matter cannot be manipulated by a minute spirit soul, because it is a mass, one piece of mass. Krishna, by an arrangement of time element Kala, makes it possible for us to manipulate the matter by dividing into, by injecting three modes of nature. That is called Mahatattva. Mahatattva. So this Pradhana, in the beginning there is nothing. These foolish scientists, they say there is a Big Bang happened. But Big Bang, they have no proof. Now in all these Ecole Mandel and all, they pay 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees per month, and they educate children, and they teach all nonsense. All they teach, they learn, bogus philosophies, Darwin's, evolutionary theory, Big Bang theory, right? So you ask them to prove Big Bang theory, they cannot, but they teach, right? Anybody who has a little bit brain can understand that explosion causes destruction, not order, right? If you suppose if this class is happening, mic system is working, AC is working, lights are working, right? I am speaking, then all of you are sitting and hearing. That means there is an intelligence working. There is an order here, right? There is an order here. Like traffic is going on, everything. That means municipality, traffic police is there, municipality is there, roads are built, and then everything. So there is a order. For order there is intelligence. Intelligence means person, right? So there is an order in this world. That means there is a person, intelligent person, who is making it possible. So remember this, right? One Russian came. They are all atheistic people before, communist. After he came to India, after he went back to Russia, he became a theist. Then somebody asked him, how he became? In India, no government officers work, no police works, but everything is going on. That means God is only running the country. God is only running the country. So like that, there is an order like that. So Prabhupada explained, when Sa Ekshata means Krishna glanced on this matter, and then the creation has taken place. He glanced on Pradhana, and then the creation has taken place. Prabhupada explains, before this creation there was nothing is there. That means there is no person existing. Somebody saw, that means that person is beyond this matter. The person who saw this matter doesn't belong to this material world, because there is no matter, nobody is existing in this world. There is only, chunk, Pradhana is existing. He saw. So that glance, Prabhupada says, Krishna saw. Right? Krishna saw. So that means that person is transcendental person, divine person. Nothing to do with this material world. Right? If you understand this, Prabhupada writes, you can go and live with Krishna. and speak with Krishna. Just like Narad Muni. We should not think at any time that Krishna is a part of this world. Even though he comes to this material world. Prabhupada gave this example. For example, there are so many prisoners in the jail. Sometimes President of India visits prison house. Then he speaks to the prisoners. It doesn't mean that President of India also has become one of the prisoners. Right? He can actually release the prisoners. Understanding, Mataji? Like that, Krishna does not belong to this material world. Right? When Krishna comes to this material world, he doesn't have a material body. And this material energy is under the control of Krishna. समझ में आ रहे? These are all. If anybody, Vishnu Chakravarti writes, there is one very beautiful verse. Sattvam nache dhatar idam nijam bhavet vijnanam ajnana vidhavi marjanam guna prakashair anumiyate bhavan prakashayescha ye gunaha. This is a prayer by demigods when Krishna is in the womb of Devaki. So they are saying that, my dear Lord, when you come into this material world, you come by your own arrangement, by your own will. So when you come into this material world, even though you are now staying in the Devaki's womb, you have a transcendental body. Sattvam idam nijam. Nijam means transcendental. So, means beyond this material world. So Vishnu Chakravarti on this verse comments that anybody who accepts that Krishna's body is transcendental, eventually he will get love of Krishna. It's a very great thing, to accept that Krishna's body is transcendental. His body is made of Sachidananda Vigraha. Right? So this thing should go into our heads. Always remember. That is why we are stressing upon this point. So Vijnanam Ajnana Vidhavi Marjanam. This is Vijnana. What is Vijnana? That Krishna, his body is transcendental. That transcendental knowledge destroys Vidhavi Marjanam. Vijnanam, Ajnana Vidhavi Marjanam. Ajnan means ignorance को destroy कर देता है. This knowledge that Krishna's body is transcendental. That is why when we are seeing Krishna's activities, we should never find fault in Krishna's activities. Right? So that is why Srila Prabhupada is writing in the purport that we can actually practice Krishna consciousness and become free from all bodily concept of life, and we can actually go and live with Krishna. Right? How many of you want? You can live with Krishna, you can speak to Krishna, you can joke with Krishna. Right? But you have to give up material affections. Even if you have a trace of material affection, Krishna will not accept you. That is why Kunti Maharani is praying. Go and read that purport, Ata Vishvesha Vishvatma Vishwamurte Svakeshime Snehapashimimam Chindi Dudam Pandishvishwasha. She is asking, please cut my affection for Pandus and Vishnu Vamsha. Prabhupada says, we should not have direct relationship with each other. It's a, do you know the remember? Do you remember the purport of that verse? Krishna, Prabhupada is writing, very interesting, Prabhupada is writing that you should not have relation with each other directly. Bodily relationship we should not have. We should have soul to soul relationship. That is possible only through Krishna. That's when we are God brothers, like Krishna consciousness, we God brothers, God sisters. Because we are connected through Krishna. Right? We are connected to the Krishna. That is, But this material affection, anyway, it's almost impossible to give it up. Affection for wife, children, husband, children and properties. Right? If you want to consider it, it's not possible. But if somebody wants to become a gopi and dance with Krishna, you have to give up. No material affection. Ya dishtaja asamaho charnarin. That's why it is impossible. It is impossible. That is why it is difficult also. हम पढ़े रहे some गोलोक वृंदावन में ग्रास बन के ऐसा कुछ. But asamaho charan. But there is one way. Asamaho charanarenu jusham aham syam. Vrindavanam kimapi gulmam lataushidhanam. Ya dishtyajam swajana arya patam cha hitva. Bejur mukunda padavim. Shrutbir vinimrugya. This is a verse spoken by Bolo? Uddhav. You should chant this verse. When you are going on Govardhan Parikrama, there is Uddhav Kund is there. Right? There, Uddhava remains as a bush, as some small plants, lata. So he is saying, Asamaho charanarenu jusham aham syam. These gopis are so great. They are so great. But if I ask them, please give me the dust of your lotus feet, they will refuse. Because Uddhava looks like exactly like Krishna. He exactly looks like Krishna. And then he came as a messenger of Krishna. So he cannot dare to ask, please give me the dust of your lotus feet. Right? But he has a desire. Asamaho charanarenu jusham aham syam. I want dust of their lotus feet, but I won't get. Then he is desiring, let me become Vrindavanam kimapi gulmam lataushidhanam. Let me become some herbs, some lata, small, lata means plant, small plant, lata. Creeper, creeper, or some grass in Vrindavan. When the gopis, they walk on the streets of Vrindavan, in the Vrindavan streets, they may keep their lotus feet on me when I am in the form of a creeper. Then I may get the dust of their. So what is their greatness? Ya dishtajam. Dishtajam means impossible to give up. Ya dishtajam. Swajana. Swajana means husband and children and mother, father, in-laws. They have swajana. Aryapatam cha hitva. Aryapatam means Vedic path. Ladies coming out of in the middle of the night, during that time. It is unheard of. But they had done it. Right? They had done it. So, even the Vedas, Shrutis and Puranas, they want this position. This position. So, let me become a creeper or a herb, shrub, something like that in the Vrindavan. So, he lives as a creeper in that place. How many of you remember Uddhav Kund? Huh? What is the speciality, that Uddhav Kund Babaji only gave our Girirajji Shila, ISKCON. So this time when we met, he was remembering that Pujari. Right? So that is very important. Narad Muni, this threefold measure is, it's a big problem everywhere. Just like they made a slogan, "Ek hai to safe hai." अभी वो गवर्नमेंट में आ गया. So do you think if Devendra Fadnavis becomes chief minister, can he give us an assurance that he will make us free from threefold miseries? No, right? No, right? Nobody, even Donald Trump also, nobody can give us an assurance that. Hey, keep the child silent, So Narad Muni gave a very nice, wonderful, solution for this. He says, "Asankalpet, Jayet Kaman." By great determination, we can actually give up lust. We have enemies. What are they? Please note down and remember this, and then try to follow them in your life. Right? So these lectures are not simply meant for here and both achha lecture and so. Implement this in your life. Right? These three, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, they are the three gateways to hell. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Right? If somebody checks out with prisoners in Tihar jail or Baikala jail, all the prisoners are there, and prison house means it is a hell. There is one case, Tanduri murder case was there. That Sharma, he was convicted of that murder. Just because she refused to serve a liquor, after the bar was closed, they just killed her. They were so angry, so killed her. And then Tanduri case means, तंदूरी रोटी बनाता है ना, बट्टी उसमें डाल के जला दिया था. Manu Sharma, I think his name. So, Delhi. So he was actually giving an interview, in YouTube is there. He says, jail means, कितना भी criminal हो, वो ठीक कर देते हैं बोलते हैं. First thing is, the jails are dirty. Like we used to go to Baikala jail regularly during marathon time. We used to distribute Bhagavad Gitas. Where in a hall like this, if 100, 200 people can stay, it's a dormitory type, people stay, people they make them stay. And the toilets are very dirty, right? Very dirty. And then there is so much corruption in the jails that they get only watery dal. And then there is so much, one of these, he says, jail officials, they are not the in charge there. उनका नहीं चलता है. Those dreaded criminals, they become their boss. And they only rule so everybody has to. Then they have these young boys and all, when they are imprisoned, they have sex with them. So it's a hell. So why this guy was there? Because of Anger. Right? Anger. Lust and anger, right? And this Sahara, that fellow, what's his name? सुब्रत, राइट? इतना बॉलीवुड एक्ट्रेस के साथ पार्टी विटी करता था, राइट? उसके बाद क्या हुआ? He was, I think he died in the jail. He was released, but he died. But he was there in the jail.
Afterwards, he was in Kokila.
Yeah. Why he was there? He was enjoying so much because of lobha, greed. Right? So, these are the three gateways to hell. Right? And then there are two living hells. One is hospital, another is jail. Yeah? Yeah? Hospitals also, they are living hells. So much pain, so much pain. Kya kare, like that. So Prabhupada writes in 7th canto, 5th chapter, that we get disease because of, Prabhupada says, past sinful activities. Right? Somebody gets TB. Right? Somebody gets TB because of killing a Brahmana. Somebody kills a Brahmahatya, for Brahmahatya Pap, one has to suffer from TB. So how to get rid of Brahmahatya Pap? Bolo, Bharati. So many times I keep telling you this in the class. 1 million lifetimes Brahmahatya Pap, how to get rid of? When the Aarti is going, Abhi Vijay, you should look, पता नहीं कितना ब्रह्महत्या पाप किया आपने, right? You should look at the face of, उन लोगों का लेक्चर नहीं है क्या? उन लोगों का how to get rid of Brahmahatya Pap? You come to the temple, Mataji, what is your name? Kirti. When you come to the temple, when Aarti is going on, you should look at the face of the Lord. Then 1 million lifetimes Brahmahatya Pap will become nullified. If one steals gold, one gets the disease of nails, rotten nails, right? If one drinks alcohol, right, one gets a disease connected to the teeth, right? If one gets skin disease, leprosy and leukoderma, eczema, psoriasis, different levels of skin disease, which cause a lot of suffering and embarrassment, right? If one has illicit relation with a guru's wife, right? Somebody gets cancer because in the last life, because of criticizing, envy. If you criticize, lot of criticism. हमको आदत है ना? At a drop of hat we criticize others, right? In Vishnu Purana it is, Markandeya Purana it is written, those who do paraninda, for them permanently doors of Vaikuntha are closed. Paraninda. We should not do Paraninda. Anyway, so we have to give up these things. Otherwise, we cannot get Krishna. In one sheath, you cannot have two swords. Right? One must control one's senses. So that is the we cannot let the senses do whatever they want and then still expect, oh, I want Krishna. Right? You must control the senses. Right? Narad Muni gave a very practical asankalpet jayet kama. By determination, one can give up lust. You determine that I will not indulge in illicit sex. Right? That one should be very determined. If you are determined, is watching. I will chant extra rounds. गंगा में नहालेगा. वृंदावन में वॉकिंग करेगा तो अश्वमेध यज्ञ करने का फल मिलता है. And all this, these thoughts should not entertain, because when Indra killed Vishwarupa, he got effects of sinful reactions of killing a Brahmana. Right? Then he divided into 4 parts. Who will tell? Who will tell? To who all he gave? Give the mic. Earth. Right? One portion, 1/4 of his sins, he gave it to the earth. That is why earth, if you dig, after some time, it will get filled up. But as a reaction of taking 1/4 of sinful reactions, earth developed desert areas. That's why Prabhupada said, those who take birth in desert areas, they are very sinful. The sinful people only take birth in desert areas. Then he gave 1/4 to water. Water, that is why if you add half a liter water to half a liter milk, it will become 1 liter. That you cannot even know. Right? Like that. So as a reaction to that, the bubbles are water. That's why Prabhupada writes in the purport, while doing worship, one should be careful not to collect water with bubbles. When you are collecting water, there should not be bubbles. It is contaminated. Then 1/4 he gave it to trees. That's why sap forms. That's why you should not touch that sap that is coming from the tree. But when you cut the tree again, it will, as a benediction. And the ladies, they get. Right? So it is as a reaction to the sin, they get this 3 days thing. Then as a benediction, they get to enjoy a lot. So anyway, we will not go into that. So then he had to suffer. Then he gave like that. After that, when again the demigods and the sages, they requested Indra to kill Vritrasura, he rejected. And I cannot do one more Brahmahatya pap. He is a Brahmana's son, like that. Then the sages told him, don't worry, you kill him, we will do Ashwamedha Yajna, you will become free. So he killed Vritrasura, and then when they did Ashwamedha Yajna, he did not become free from sins, because it is a committing sins on the strength of the holy name of the Lord. He didn't become free. Then he had to suffer. For 100 years he was hiding in the Manasarovar, in the stem. Right? And then the personified sin, in the form of a old lady haunted him. For 100 years he had to be away from heavenly planet. So don't think, we should not be under the impression that Krishna will forgive. So for that, what you should, not to give up lust, what you should be? One should be determined. Krodha kama vivardhanat. In order to give up anger, one should give up envy. Artham anartha iksha lobhasya. By discussing the disadvantages of accumulating unnecessary wealth, too much wealth, one should give up lobha, greed. And then bhayam tattva avamarshanaat. One can give up fear by discussing about the truth. Right? Then anvikshasya shokamoho. One can give up lamentation and moha, this illusion, by discussing second chapter Bhagavad Gita, the philosophy, second chapter, Prabhupada writes, second chapter Bhagavad Gita. Then mahat upashaya. One can give up pride by serving pure devotees. And then yogabhyasena antara maunena. By remaining silent, you can overcome the obstacles while practicing yoga, abhyas, bhakti yoga. Then last one, himsa kamadi anihasya. You can give up envy by giving up sense gratification. समझ में आया? What are they? Number one, by giving up lust. How to give up lust? By strong determination. Anger, by giving up envy. Then lobha, by discussing the disadvantages of accumulating wealth, unnecessary wealth. Then number 4, bhayam, fear. We can give up by fear by discussing about the truth, Krishna. And one can give up shoka and moha by discussing about second chapter Bhagavad Gita. And number 5, by serving pure devotees, we can give up pride. And then we can overcome obstacles on the path of yoga by remaining silent. Once, I told this before for newcomers. Once one lady went to a Baba. Said, Baba, मेरा husband बहुत मारता पीटता है मेरे को, क्या करूं? बाबा ने एक तावीज दिया. तो किधर पहनने का? ब्लैक थ्रेड नहीं, ब्लैक थ्रेड पहनने का नहीं, तुम्हारा टीथ के पीछे रखने का, बीच, कीप इट in between your teeth. So after 1 week she said, अरे तावीज काम किया, तावीज नहीं काम किया, जुबान बंद रखने की वजह से तुम्हारा मारपीट कम होगा. जुबान बंद रखो. Right? So we should practice, keeping our mouth shut. How many of you remember the verse? Maunena? Maunena kalo nasti? Nasti jagrito bhayam. Krishito nasti durbhiksham. Japato nasti patakam. बोलो श्रीनाथ कृष्ण प्रभु बोलो. मौनेना कलो नास्ति. बोलिए. नास्ति जागृतो भयम, कृषितो नास्ति दुर्भिक्षम, जपतो नास्ति पातकम. By remaining silent, you can avoid fights. Right? I gave this advice to one couple who are always fighting. Prabhuji, when she is arguing with me, if I remain quiet, she will become more angry. तुम चुप क्यों बैठे हो? Right? You are married? Your future advice. Your wife keeps fighting, you should remain. क्या बाद में बंद हो जाएगी. हाँ? Best. Prabhupada said, if the marriage has to be successful, husband has to remain quiet. Husband should remain quiet. He should be like a lion outside, lamb inside. Then only marriage will work. Otherwise, हर चीज के लिए जवाब देने लगोगे, it will become a war field. Right? So better to remain quiet. जो भी बात करना है. One wife and complained to the doctor, doctor, my husband keeps on talking in the night, in the sleep. Night time. What to do? Are you allow him to sleep allow him to speak in the daytime, then he won't speak. Like that. So maunena kalau nasti jagrito bhayam. By remaining awake in self-realization, you can avoid fear. You can give up fear. That's what you are also to say. Then by working hard, you will never go hungry. Krishito, by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, one can become free from sinful reactions. Japato nasti patkam. Please remember, this is a verse from Harivamsha Purana. वापस कोरोना आ गया? नहीं, अलर्ट है. मैं डर लग रहा था मेरे को. वापस वार्निंग दिया, अलर्ट दिया. Then by giving up sense gratification, every year they have japa seminar, this and that. There is no need to attend any japa seminar and all. Give up sense gratification, then you can give up envy. If you give up envy, you don't have to criticize anybody, then you will chant nicely. No karcha. No karcha. Simple. But you attend the seminar, but if you don't give up sense gratification, then you are envious. Then you keep criticizing, then you cannot chant properly. Very simple formula I found out. Based on Bhagavatam 7th canto. Right? Give up sense gratification. Right? Envy. Why we feel envy? Because others are enjoying so many nice goods and all, and then I have a desire, then I don't have, so you criticize that person. You compare it. Yeah. Then कृपया भूतजम दुखम. बोलिए. दैवम जयात समाधिना. आत्मजम योग वीरेना. सत्वम निद्राम सत्व निवेशया. बाय बोलिए. बाय टॉलरेंस एंड गुड बिहेवियर. बोलो. You can give up the troubles given by other living entities. Krupaya bhutajam dukkham. Right? Right? By, what is it? By tolerance and good behavior, you can give up suffering due to the Adi Bhautika Klesha. By meditation on the lotus feet of Krishna, you can give up, we can overcome suffering due to the natural calamities. By practicing yoga and pranayama, we can give up, we can overcome suffering due to the body and the mind. Adhyatmika klesha. Adi bhautik klesha, adhyatmik klesha. Then you can give up sleep by practicing sattva guna. Rajas tamascha sattvena. We can give up rajas and tamas by coming to sattva guna. By practicing Krishna consciousness, you can give up sattva guna also. Now this is the final, hitting the nail in the coffin, something like that. Hear this. By serving a pure devotee, sarvamet guru bhaktau pumsam anjana jayat. By serving a pure devotee, you can accomplish all these things. समझ में है? यस्य साक्षात भगवती ज्ञानदीपे प्रदौ गुरौ मर्त्यादिभिर्दि श्रुतं तस्य सर्वं कुंजर शौचवत. This pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, Yasya Sakshat Bhagavati, is almost equal to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because he is giving you Bhagavata Jnana, confidential knowledge. Confidential knowledge. Anybody who thinks that Srila Prabhupada is an ordinary man, whatever you are doing, he is like a elephant bath. समझ में? Khandelwal ji, समझ में है? If you think Prabhupada is a ordinary man, spiritual master, pure devotee spiritual master. Esha vai Bhagavan Sakshat Pradana Purusheshwaraha Yogeshwarair Vimurgyangri. So Narad Muni says Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even the great Yogeshwaras like Vyasa Muni, Valmiki Muni, and other great personalities, Narad Muni, they accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and they take the dust of his lotus feet on their heads. But some foolish people, they think that he is an ordinary man. Prabhupada writes, just because somebody thinks Rama and Krishna are ordinary men, they don't become ordinary men. In the same way, family members of a spiritual master, if they think that this person is an ordinary person, a spiritual master doesn't become an ordinary person. समझ में आ रहा है? So Narad Muni, etat samsuchitam brahman tapatraya chikirshitam tadishware bhagavati karma brahmani bhavitam. So you must you read this purport again, right? Prabhupada is writing that whatever abilities you have, if you are a rich man, if you are earning money, use that money for spreading Krishna consciousness. Give up the results of that activities to Krishna, right? If you have a singing ability, sing for Krishna. If you are a very good administrator, run a temple nicely. Like that, whatever abilities you have, whatever good qualities you have, engage them in Krishna. So this is how you become free from threefold miseries. Somewhere. So by Krishna's mercy, once you just dedicate yourself to chanting and dancing and kirtan and reading Bhagavatam. By constantly reading Bhagavatam, the benediction is given that the threefold miseries are uprooted. Follow? Which verse, Vidya? Second verse of Second verse of Bhagavatam. बोलो. धर्मः प्रोजहितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मशरणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रय उन्मूलनम. Tapatraya unmoolanam. If you read this Bhagavatam, but what is the condition? Become free from envy. Right? Last week entire class was about giving up envy. We should give up envy. Then what else we should give up? Huh? No. Speak about that. Dharma projita kaitavo atra paramo nirmat sharana satam vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapatray unmulanam. Srimad Bhagavatam Mahamani Krute Kimvaprayer Ishvara. Right? So what else we have to give up? This cheating religion of Dharma Artha Kama Moksha. So we should give up the desire for attaining moksha. Right? Mukunda mudna pranipatya yache bhavantam ekantamartam avismutistacharnaravindayor bhave mestu bhavat prasadat. Now Kulashekar Alvar is praying to the Lord, O Mukunda. The first three verses of Mukundamala Stotra, he is addressing Mukunda only. Right? Shri Vallabheti Varadeti Daya Pareti Bhakta Priyeti Bhavaluntana Kovideti Natheti Nagashayaneti Jagannivasheti Alapinam Pratipadam Kurume Mukunda Jayati Jayati Devo Devaki Nandanoyam Jayati Jayati Krishna Vishnivamsha Pradipaha Jayati Jayati Mega Shamal Komalango Jayati Jayati Devo Vishnu Prithvina Nasha Mukunda Bhuri Nasha Mukunda. This and then Mukunda Mudna Pranipatyayache Bhavantamyantamekantamartam Avismati Swacharnaravindayor Bhave mestu bhavat prasadat. Right? Jayati Jayati Devo Devaki Nandanoyam. Right? So there is one Shivashma Maplacharya. He wrote a commentary on this. So he writes that all glories to you, all glorist. Jayati Jayati. Right? Devaki Nandanoyam. Oh, my dear Lord, even though you are unborn, because Devaki has done such beautiful devotion service, you have agreed to become her son. And then she became very glorious because everybody keeps addressing Devaki Nandan, Devaki Nandan. Right? That Devaki Nandan, who is he? Krishna, Mega Shamala, Vishnuvamsha Pradipaha. When there is a light, when there is no light, there is darkness. But when there is light here, it's all lighted up. Right? But this Krishna, Vishnuvamsha Pradipaha, he gives, glories. He lighted up. He gave knowledge Another meaning is light, is knowledge. Surya, Bhaskara. Not only to Vishnu Vamsas, if you pray to Krishna, he will also enter our heart and हमारा हृदय को उजाला कर देंगे with knowledge. He lights up our heart with knowledge because our heart is completely dark. Om ajnanatimirandasya. Our eyes are covered with cataract. So Krishna, if he enters our heart, that is why I always those who have heard my Krishna Katha, I emphasized on these two verses. Anybody by hearted those two verses? Tam adbhutam balakam ambujakshanam. Anybody knows? Tam adbhutam balakam ambujakshanam. Chaturbhujam shanka gadayudayudam. Srivatsa lakshmam galashobi sobitam. Pitambaram sandra payoda shobhagam. Maharha Vaidurya Kiriti Kundalam Visha Parishvakta Sahasra Kundalam Uddhama Kanchana Kankananganam Virochamano Vasudeva Aikshata. Learn these two verses from 10th canto, 3rd chapter. And then every day chant these verses and pray to Krishna that, my dear Lord, as just like you appeared in the jail cell of Kamsa to give darshan to Vasudeva and Devaki, like that, please appear in my heart also. And then, visualize Krishna appearing in your heart. Then, it's a very beautiful description. Tam adbhutam balakam ambujakshanam. Anyway, I don't want to explain. So, I'll explain some other time. So, this is a wonderful description, how Krishna appeared in the jail cell and then Vasudeva was wonderstruck. That's why adbhutam balakam. Right? Adbhutam balakam. Then he appeared with 4 hands and with Shankha Chakra Gada and Padma. Shankha Gada Idayudam. He was not born like us. Right? Then Maharha Vaidurya Kiriti Kundalam. He was wearing crown. And then Kundalam. He was wearing Makar Kundal. Kundalam. And then Trisha Parishvakta Sahasra Kundalam. He is having beautiful curly black hair. And हमारा क्या है? We are born without hair and then we go also without hair. Right? जब तक मरते बाल उजड़ जाता है. Right? किसी को अभी बहुत ही जल्दी उजड़ जाता है. अभी किसी को अभी विग डालना पड़ता है. Right? Once one day, when a lady asked, why you got attracted to me? अरे तुम्हारी सुंदर, लंबे लंबे बाल, जुल्फे, रात भर मैं खेल सकता हूँ. उन्होंने क्या किया? फिर ठीक है ऐसा करो, रात भर खेलो, ऐसा निकाल के दे दिया. लंबे लंबे जुल्फे, रात भर में खेल सकते. But Krishna, he was born with beautiful black, curly black hair. And then he is having, wearing Makar Kundal. And then in the hands, he is wearing bangles, diamond studded bangles. Then at the feet, he was wearing Nupur. And then he was wearing, Pitambar Sandra Payoga Shobhagam. He is wearing Pitambar Vastra. Right? And then Shrivatsankam Galashobi Kaustubam. And then around his neck, there is a beautiful Kaustuba jewel. And then his Shrivatsa, that mark is visible on his chest. And his eyes are like lotus petals. Ambujakshanam. Uttam Balakam. ऐसा कोई जन्म लेता है क्या? इतना सुंदर बालक. Right? So we desire, we should also desire. Vasudeva Aikshata. Vasudeva Sa. Like that Prabhupada write in the purport, we should also desire. My dear Krishna, I also want to see you like this. Right? Like that. So learn these two verses and meditate on these two verses. And have a desire that Krishna should appear. Just like Krishna appeared in the jail cell, we should also desire that Krishna should appear in my heart. Or in my room. What? Like that. One day Krishna will fulfill your desire. Vishnu Vamsha Pradipaha. Then Jayati Jayati Meghashamala Komalango. Prabhupada writes, when somebody who is suffering because of the scorching heat of summer, during rainy season, when the clouds hover around, people get relief. In the same way, our Krishna cloud, this cloud gives rain, attracts water from the ocean and gives rain, right? But this Krishna cloud also gives daya ras. Anybody who prays to Krishna, right? So daya ras. And then Jayati Jayati Prithvi Bharanasha Mukunda, right? He, my dear Lord, you appeared to reduce the burden of Mother Earth. So Shivasham Aplacharya writes that, my dear Lord, so the Rakshasas are the burden of the earth. For a soul, what are the burden? Aham Mama. Because of Aham Mama, the soul is crushed. My dear Lord, you can remove the burden of this on the soul by. So what are the Aham Mama? How to apply? Aham, how to give up? By saying that I am Krishna's. And then how to give up Mama? Nahin. By saying that whatever I have got belongs to Krishna. Aham Mama. Mera, mera. My or mera? My kaun hai? I am eternal servant of Krishna. Then mera kiska hai? I will give it to. So Vidyadan is coming, marathon. You can give it whatever you got, give it to Krishna. Take out your checkbooks. Sponsor Gitas. So this year, like last year, we distributed Gitas in Ayodhya for a temple opening. This year we are going to distribute Bhagavad Gitas in Kumbh Mela. So you can sponsor Gitas. Then we are not giving free. We give 10 rupees, 15 rupees, like that. Last time Bhagavad Gita we gave 25,000 or 50,000 Gitas in Ayodhya for 20 rupees or 25 rupees. So thank you. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions? చెప్పండి, డౌట్లు ఏమున్నాయా? ఎనీ డౌట్స్? కరెంట్ అండర్స్టూడ్? then some background you have. Bolo. We cannot have a desire. He will come to you. Express a, go in front of Radha's pair and express a desire that, my dear Krishna, please, I want to meet a pure devotee. And then that desire, that word should come from the heart, not from the mouth. From the heart. When we chant Om, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, that Om should come from here, not from here. Like that, when we say, my dear Krishna, I want to meet a pure devotee, it should come from heart, not from here. Express a sincere desire, then Krishna will send you. But if you settle for some bogus fellow, if you don't have a strong desire, Krishna will send you a bogus fellow.
How do you differentiate between mind, brain and heart?
Mind?
Mind, brain and heart.
Many people think that mind is here,
Yeah.
but that is not true. Mind and heart are here. Heart is not this physical heart. It is inside, where soul is resting. That is heart. And the next to the soul is mind. And then a brain is here. So brain, once somebody, one girl is having severe headaches. Then they did MRI scan. They found out she doesn't have a brain. So without brain you can work. इसलिए दिमाग नहीं है ऐसा बोलते हैं ना. Like that. So brain is here. So when we say my mind is disturbed, you should say my mind is disturbed. Mind, there is a difference between brain and mind. Brain is a physical element. Mind is a subtle element, subtle material element. We cannot see the mind. We can only recognize mind by its functions, thinking and feeling and willing. But brain is a physical thing.
Which should be more strong?
Mind.
Yeah. And it should have determination.
Yeah.
Rather brain is functioning, you can control, but mind should be the good determination.
Yeah.
Here so many slokas, they appear for example, by heart, and some days we remember the slokas. But after some time again we forget. So how to remember?
By practice. I remember so many shlokas. Every day I practice. Every day I chant two chapters of Bhagavad Gita. So every 9th day I repeat that chapter. Then I don't get bored. So Sanskrit means samskara. It purifies your heart by chanting Sanskrit shlokas. And then Bhagavad Gita, Madhuraya gira Valguvakyaya Buddhamanojñaya Pushkarekshana Vidikaririma Viramuhyati Adarashiduna Apyayashvanaha. Madhuraya gira, these Bhagavad Gita are the words of Krishna. Gopis are desiring Buddhamanojñaya. Even great intelligent people, saints and sages, they want to hear your words. Right? This Gita, Amrita, Gita Amritam. Right? So by constantly chanting shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, you will become divine. Because you are drinking the nectar that is emanated from Krishna's lotus mouth. So by every day, that's why बहरा व्यक्ति के सामने शंख बजाना जैसा मैं हमेशा बोलता रहता हूँ 12 चैप्टर काम नहीं है. Nobody changes. I always keep on saying, please remember, recite 12 chapter Bhagavad Gita, recite 15 chapter Bhagavad Gita. Right? If you cannot remember all 18 chapters, at least 3 chapters you remember. 12, 15 and 9th. 12, 15 and 9th. Remember. So, and then by chanting these Sanskrit shlokas, what are these Sanskrit shlokas of Bhagavad Gita? They are Madhuraya gira. They are the words of Krishna. Amritam. Yeah. So recite by practice.
Sometimes while reading the Bhagavatam slokas or just Bhagavad Gita sloka, it gets difficult to just pronounce them or just make them in a good dress, in a good tone. So how can
You read the meanings, word by word meanings, word by word, right? Because Prabhupada, divided into words, that is easy to pronounce. Then by learn those words and then you can pronounce the verse. Then you can chant the shloka. You see, by determination, anything is possible. You can.
But who learn it, Lana?
Huh?
The tone, how to play
That is, the shloka, those tunes are built in. एक दो बार सुनने से बैठ जाता है. It is there. Their shlokas are built like that. The tune is built in.
Probably on YouTube, everything is available. You can listen to those and then forward.
Yeah. Okay, you want to have reflections or close? Huh? Huh? Okay, then we'll.
Hare Krishna, let's thank Prabhuji for 3 times.